Alright, here we are in Auckland, New Zealand at Multitrade Promotions. With you tonight at GladrapChannel, Isaac Savage and Mike Angove. Welcome aboard as we get ready for this blockbuster night of fights. Main event, Lucas Browne versus Junior Pitbull Pati. But next up on the cards for fight number 4, Skope Mr. Entertainment Siaosi versus Jesse-Raey Nikora. Welcome along tonight, Mike.
Great to be here. Lightning Mike Angove right here. It is Fist of Fury 7, Auckland Netball Centre. Skope Siaosi jigging and jagging and jiving his way ringside. This is our second professional bout of the evening. And welcome once again to the Purple Gimp. Also doubling up as our ring card person. John the Rebel Conway, third man in centering, seems unimpressed by both the Purple Gimp and his offer of a rose. Skope Siaosi, plenty of flash, 2 professional bouts. He's undefeated so far. Trains out of the Multitrade gym.
Put your hands together for Jesse-Raey Nikora.
Jesse-Raey Nikora fighting out of Thames. He's had an extensive amateur background, training out of Never Surrender Gym. His last fight was actually with Andre Mikhailovic, who's fighting in a couple of weeks' time in Christchurch on the Joseph Parker undercard. Tough night in the office for Jesse that night against the up-and-comer Andre Mikhailovic. He'll be looking out to get revenge over that first fight pro debut, which was a loss, and hopefully maybe a win against Mr. Entertainment tonight. But I don't know if he's going to steal the crowd favourite here tonight, Mike.
Skope Siaosi, certainly it will be a hometown crowd. Nikora, though, he was unlucky. He got caught by a temple shot from a looping overhand right from Mikhailovic. He's a fairly traditional boxer.
Introducing Skope, the Entertainer Siaosi.
Very solid amateur background. More of a points accumulator than he is a power puncher.
Be quite interesting to see these two stylistic matchups. Like you said, Mike, you got the orthodox amateur background boxer against Skope Siaosi, who's has a bit more flair, will move around in different a different dynamic to what Nikora will bring to the table tonight.
As you see the two face off in centre ring, John the Rebel Conway, third man, Skope Siaosi looking up, giving him the evil eye, so to speak. Nikora looks to be the bigger man of the two. Siaosi looks like he could lose a couple of pounds and drop a weight category. He can fight in orthodox or southpaw. Expect to see him mostly in southpaw today. Nikora, and immediately he will need to try and get his foot on the outside of the left-handed fighter, and you see him starting there. Lead hand, very important. Just controlling the lead hand, shortening the distance for the rear hand. Straight right for the conventional fighter, straight left for the southpaw. Siaosi looking to leverage that left hand to the body. And a little counter left down the middle. Missed on that occasion, but sliding his head to the outside. Trying to find a home for the straight left.
Nikora just stalking Siaosi. Siaosi being a bit more fidgety of the two. Throwing that left jab out rapidly, but Nikora just sort of hunting him down at this stage.
Nikora is using his range well. Trying to get control with his lead hand, and sometimes it's hard to do with a southpaw. And you see just there, Siaosi just overbalancing a little bit. He's trying to land that left hand, but just fell a little short with it. Needs to be a bit more patient. This is a professional bout, 3 minutes, 4 threes. Nikora on the left of your screen in the gold trunks. Siaosi in the red with the white braids. Both boys just trying to find a rhythm, trying to find a range. There was that looping left hand, not a lot of sting on it. Siaosi with his back to us.
Definitely a height advantage too there with Nikora. You can see him too studying the body language of Siaosi. He keeps scanning him up and down, I guess gauging that distance.
Tried to find a home with the left hook, using the right hook to set up the straight left. Nikora just dictating range at this point. Siaosi trying to find his way in. He needs to bridge the gap. He needs to move his head. And Nikora, he ventured into the kill zone, didn't do anything. And Siaosi was very quickly off the mark there. Nothing really landed in anger yet. The tap down of the lead hand from Nikora. Long uppercut. Inside jab with the thumb up again from Nikora. Lead hand battle there. Nikora, he's doing well there. He ghosted out of range. He looked to get his foot on the outside once again. Lead hand control from Nikora. And Siaosi, he switched over to conventional momentarily. But it's more of a sign of him, Isaac, just losing his footing, not having his range as of yet. And for mine, that was a Nikora round. He controlled the distance. For the most part, he controlled the lead hand.
Totally agree with you there, Mike. I'm seeing Skope struggle to close that distance. He's really struggling with that reach from Nikora, and Nikora really keeping him at bay with those jabs.
Well, it's lead hand control, and there's the ever-present danger of him shooting the right hand down the tubes, which is the southpaw killer. We look at Mal Siaosi in the corner there. Plenty of gesticulation there, telling him to go for the right uppercut by the looks of things.
If Skope can get within range and a bit more in the pocket, land a few more power shots, he might be able to edge forward, but, if it keeps going this way, Nikora certainly has that first round in the bag.
Well, Nikora looking for the left hand to the body. Got to be cautious of that shot. Nice little counter left hook. He's maintained his range well. He's not over-committing. You just saw him there just backing up, looking to land the jab. Siaosi getting a little bit wild with what he's throwing. And it's all about lead hand control.
Nikora an expert at using that range, Skope just rushing forward, trying to throw punches. Once again, a brawl walk forward style that Nikora's not really having a bar of. He keeps stepping back when he comes in for those combos.
Well, he's maintaining his range. He's also keeping his guard high, using the shoulder roll where he can, not allowing Skope Siaosi to get a tag on him. Slapping a little bit with his shots. Like to see him just turn his knuckle over on the right hand. When he postures down there, I'm not sure that that's advisable. I know what he's doing. He's trying to change levels and get a reaction. But he's also bringing himself into the kill zone. Both fighters slapping with lead hands. But it's Nikora. He's veering his lead hand as well. I think he may have just overthrown his left hand there, giving the elbow a little bit of a jar.
Getting the feeling Nikora too starting to feel quite comfortable.
Well, he needs to be cautious though, because Siaosi can punch. And there was a case there too. Just got to be cautious. Don't throw the single shot. Look for the second shot off it. That was better there.
Shot there from Nikora.
Yeah, and again, that was because he threw punches in more of a bunch. Landed the left hook. Once again, landed it. He doesn't have a lot of acid on his shots. But as a boxer, very effective.
Siaosi landing the power punches, but Nikora just putting more scores on doors with the volume he's throwing.
Oh, he landed a decent overhand right, Siaosi. But he's doing a lot right at the end of range. He's not doing enough work to get in. And when he does get in, he has to throw more than one or two shots before he gets tied up. That was a nice step left hand there. Caught Nikora coming in. Nikora slipping outside of that left hand on that occasion. He's a little bit wild when he throws that uppercut too. There's an opportunity just to step back and catch him with a counter punch. Slapping right hand there from Nikora. Resounds around the Auckland Netball Stadium. That's a closer round.
Much closer than the first. You'd still edge it forward towards Nikora?
Well, I just don't think Siaosi landed enough there. He landed a couple of nice heavy left hands, but there was nothing else with it. Nikora threw more, touched him more often, and in the absence of heavier shots landing more frequently from Siaosi, Nikora should really take that round, but that is unofficial. That is on the commentary scorecards. You never know. As we look into tonight's promoter, Mal Siaosi, talking to Skope Siaosi in the corner.
The beauty of this too, Mike, apart from that ringside entertainment, is this is a 4-rounder. So just like that previous fight with Nikora really started turning up in the later rounds. So hopefully we can see this from Siaosi there in the red.
Well, he could very well be 2 rounds behind at this point, so he cannot afford to drop another round. So time for him to go to work. Once again, leading with that left hand. Nikora, very orthodox, very upright. Controlling the left hand though, and that is allowing him to maintain range, maintain distance. John the Rebel Conway gets in between both of them. Skope Siaosi, to be fair, he dropped his head. Nikora saying, yes, sir. I promise I won't push down on his head. Well, at least not until next time he sticks it there.
Siaosi's thrown a few feints there. Is it really going to put off Nikora? Like you said, he's got that orthodox traditional stance. He's just following the book at the moment. And
well, he's being allowed to fight at his own rhythm. Skope Siaosi not doing enough to put him off rhythm. There's a couple of nice counter left hands from the southpaw. Skope Siaosi in the red shorts with the white trim. Jesse Nikora all in the gold.
More of that, Mike. He needs to rush forward when he can, but just keep following up, because when he does do that, it seems to trouble Nikora.
Well, he's landed that straight left again. He just slides his head outside the jab and shoots it down the middle. It's a very effective southpaw shot. Nikora landed a right hand, but Siaosi immediately threw one back. Siaosi having the better of this early round. Almost halfway through. Now Nikora landing a couple of shots in anger. Nikora, when he postures forward like that, needs to be cautious if he's looking for the pull shot, not to get caught in range. And again, you saw him wanting to posture down there, and Skope Siaosi was waiting for it. Pouring with the lead hand, Jesse Nikora needs to vary that rhythm a little. Otherwise, Skope Siaosi is going to start to read it. Lead right hand there from Nikora. Heavy body shot. Now he's starting to come back. 30 seconds to go in the round. Nikora looking for those counter opportunities. This is beginning to be a bit of a hard round to pick, rather. Skope Siaosi's had the better for the majority of it, but Nikora finishing the round well, landing the cleaner shots as the clock ticks away, and often that can catch the judge's attention.
The double step there, you really see Nikora finding his rhythm and groove as he finishes this last round, Mike. I see him get quite comfortable there in the ring.
Well, he refound his rhythm, re-established it, probably for the final 45 seconds. Siaosi, he started off the round well. In my mind, he probably did enough to take it, but it's very difficult. Judges often go for how the round ended because it's fresh in their minds.
And
Unfortunately, we have our purple rose bearer back in the ring.
We did see earlier too, Mike, a split decision when we thought it was, well over on one side, but perhaps some of the judges are focusing on those power punches.
Oh yeah, look, that was a legitimately close round. Let's see how we go. Seconds out. This is the fourth and final round, our third professional bout of the evening. Skope Siaosi, the man in your screen, to the left of your screen, coming out of the red corner. And that is Jesse-Raey Nikora in the gold with his back to us. This is round 4, the fourth and final.
If Skope wants to bring this home, he's really going to have to pull something out the bag. He's just going to have to come forward, be as aggressive as possible, and try to land one right on the kisser.
Well, Nikora still continuing to use that lead hand well, using some good inside fighting tricks. Slapping right hand, landed the left hook, touching him again. Good start to the round for Nikora. Siaosi falling short with his left hand. He had success when he set it up a little better. If he allows Nikora to dictate the pace there with his lead hand, then it becomes very difficult for Siaosi. Little counter right hook there from Siaosi, but again, Nikora stole the point straight back. Nikora is shoulder rolling well. He's slipping the left hand often. And he's using that check left hook. Just ghosts him out of range. Frustrating Skope Siaosi. If anything, Nikora's just a little bit upright. And that's what happens when you're upright. You get caught by the straight punch.
Definitely woke him up a bit there, didn't it, Mike? You saw him rock back, grit his teeth, and then come forward again. It definitely rocked him.
Well, cracked the head back, sweat flew off the brow. But he's back on point. He's touching Skope Siaosi, keeping him off balance, dictating where the fight is taking place. Strong right hand there. It was taken on the gloves, but still. And that's a good straight right hand there from Nikora. Another one. It was more of a hooking right hand. Skope Siaosi not finishing well at all. Still a minute to go, and this is the fourth and final round. Jesse-Raey Nikora doing what he needs to do to close out the fight.
Another big right there, Mike. He's fighting this fight at his own pace, isn't he?
Well, his range has been very good. Even though he's a little bit upright, he's used his shoulder very well defensively, used his range. And it's been more effective in terms of the combination punches he's been throwing. Not always heavy shots, but effective shots. He's touching him.
Starting to use that footwork now.
Well, he knows that Siaosi's behind now, and he can afford just to move around a little bit. He dominated the first part of the round. Goes upstairs, downstairs to the body. Little uppercut there and a hooking right hand. Using the lead hand to control very well. 10 seconds to go. Fourth and final. Siaosi needs a knockout, in my opinion. Nikora is jigging and jiving. Good head movement. And what a way to finish the fight. A very technical bout. Jesse-Raey Nikora, I suspect, is coming back well from his knockout loss just last month. I think he was too technical, too sharp, too good on the control with the lead hand for the southpaw Skope Siaosi. But there were a couple of very closely contested rounds, so let's see how the judges score it. Well, the gloves are coming off. The scorecards are being tallied.
I did see a little smile though on Jesse-Raey Nikora's face. You know, he did start jiving it at the end there because he may feel he had this in the bag, and you know, good way to come back after hard night in the office last month with Mikhailovic.
Yeah, got to agree. You know, he's back straight into the ring.
Although he did cop a few.
Oh, that was the body shot that opened him up, and then the overhand right, which caught him on the back of the head. And let's see how the judges have tallied things.
Boxing action. We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores about 39-37, red corner Siaosi. Judge 2 scores about 39-37, blue corner Nikora. And Judge 3 scores the competition 37-40 for your winner by split decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Jesse-Raey Nikora.
And once again, one of the judges was watching a different fight, only scoring the shots that Nikora didn't land. So Nikora, though, took it on 2 of the judges' scorecards. I think the 39-37 scorecard was fair. And a good victory for the man from Hamilton.